Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black here at CP Group with the Strat Time Report, and we've got could be a tale of two halves here because we're just kind of chopping around here in the SPY. If you go to the daily here, you can see this. Look at this tight range in here on the daily. So we tried to take it out. We had an outside day yesterday, took out both sides. Then we go back down. So the question now, if they're willing to pay up and sell down, are they willing to do it again? All right, sell down and now bringing them back up. Because we're seeing some back and forth like in the Qs as well, which we can expect because you can see the Qs here, 5 days in this day's range. All right, so if this was a different, if the week started on Tuesday, this would be an inside week. You see that? So we can expect this back and forth. But what we did get was the inside 60s here. So this is what you look for. This outside bar on the outside 60 for the SPY. Right? Then the inside bar, 3-1, and then boom, come up and take all these guys out. The problem with that is we'd like to expand this range and not keep coming back through it because now look where we are. We're dead in the middle of this thing. Right? How are we going to get out of that? So we had some weakness in the morning from some of the pandemic stocks, and we'll get to that in a second. But just want to be able to notice that inside 60, we had that in the diamonds. Here, 3-1-2, and pops up, takes these guys out. Now back into the middle of this thing. Small cappers. Inside up just slightly, still can't get out of here, so we know that these things have been lagging and probably going inside month. For the Qs on the 60, it didn't go inside, but you can see this here. This is why you want to know about outside bars. They're willing to pay up and they're willing to sell down right out of this range. Then they poked down to try and see if they could expand that range. They couldn't do it. Then your 2-2 reversal back into the old 3, where these two become an outside bar of this. They paid up, they sold down, and they paid up again. Now how are you going to get out of here? Got to get out of this bar's range, otherwise it's back and forth we go. So one of the good things is if when you can keep going to the well of something that's working, AMD still going, and you can see that also did this. The outside bar on the 60, the inside bar, boom, and off she went. And that was real nice, and still trying to expand this range. Going into the highs, you can see just driving higher. That's real nice over there. If we had some retail strength, Costco here going back into new highs. It's exhaustion risk. We'll see if there's anything more to that. Home Depot and Lowe's having a nice little day now inside on the 60. We'll see if we can get out of here. Trying to go for that inside week to the upside here. Home Depot, and you can watch that with Lowe's. Okay, and Lowe's backs off a little bit more, so we'll see. If we go to XLV, and XLV didn't back off much at all this morning, and that's what you look for when you start to recover things that didn't back off. And over there you got Johnny John. Here, RevStrat Day, inside bar, pokes down, boom. Now we're just backing off at the market. We'll see if that picks up. And then Lilly and the druggies having a nice day, but now you can see trying to back off on that 60. We'll see if that sets up again for us on the 30. We'll see. Now, in the next 30 minutes, if we can get above this thing, that would get my attention once it closes out. You can see they duped them here. Inside 30, up into magnitude by going into new highs. Then you got to protect it. It's got to stay up. When you go into new highs, you want to make sure you stay up there, because you might have just stopped everybody out, and then boom, profit takes and brings it right back. If you notice a little difference here too, Humana going the other way. Still an inside day, but Humana still suffering, and potentially that 2 up, 2 down month are here if they start to back off the XLV. If we go to Snow, and Snow having a nice little day, and this is what we look for here on the daily. 2 down by taking out the lows. Boom, 2-2 reversal, take all these guys out in one shot. These two become an outside bar of all that. Now backing off a little bit on the new 60. Always watching those new 60s to see what that will bring. If we go to VMW, and VMW here, you can see if we can take out that monthly high, but having a nice little day, didn't back off at all with the market. You can see just trying to drive higher here, inside day to the upside. We'll see if that sets up again. Market staying firm here on the new 60. Always watching those new 60. SPY. So it backed off on the 30, and then as soon as we got our new 60, like so, starting to firm up again. So we'll pay attention to that. If we go to WHLM, AMD the highs. WHLM now backing off on that 60. So nice little shenanigan, but didn't quite take these guys out. And so now it's going inside 60 down for the reversal back down. So in the next hour, if this thing does firm up and takes out 789, that would get my attention on the back out of the upside. Right now it's backing off. If we go to Robinhood. And Robinhood inside on the 60 right now. Right, so you can see having a nice long green bar. That's what we look for at the strat time report. Right, midday. I want to make sure something's moving. It is. So let's see if we can get it out of here. Above 44.33. Looks like we got Apple coming up here now too. And Apple looks like just a slight outside day. Still stuck in here on the week, but once again, simultaneous break. Almost everything that went inside 60 in that third hour here when we went up through here, outside bar, inside bar, boom, real move. Right? Is that something you want to look for? It definitely is. If we go to ARCT. And ARCT having a nice move here. You can see this on the monthly in the lower middle. Inside month, the poke down, the RevStrat month, boom. And we got plenty of month left too, and this thing's been a lot higher. So now it backs off a little bit. We'll see if that firms up. Gives us another signal here. Right now you're inside in the 30, so just kind of grinding along for now. If we go to Moderna, going to the highs right now. Moderna's still inside day, it looks like, so be aware of that. But coming up here, we go MYGN. And MYGN just kind of stalling out up in here, but you can see nice long green bar, inside weak to the upside. And just want to stay above this range on the monthly, right, once you get up here, because that's, once you go into new highs, once again, exhaustion risk means stall out, right? Doesn't mean the end of the world, just you don't have any pivots to take out to hit any shorts, which is what we like to do. If we go to F5, and F5 gunning for all-time highs, and nice little move out of this 4-day consolidation in here. Got stuck in here and now trying to get out of here, so some exhaustion risk. You want to stay above that, but new 30, if you can get it inside 30 or the 2 up, the 2 down, and then boom, if you can take this out, 214.48 or the inside bar. Ooh, Amazon turning around here a little bit. What's going on here? Some of these fangers turning around. Outside bar, so you can see it had an inside day. Stop them out, but then the sellers didn't step down. Boom, right back up. As you can see, how's the 60 on that? 60, you can see this here. The outside 60 by taking both sides. The 2 down. The 3, 2, 2 magnitude is at least to take that out. But now we've taken out both sides. And oftentimes when you have a tight consolidation, that's what happens. They take out both sides. Because people are able to have tight stops on both sides, and you just take them both out. If we go to IT. And IT just blasting up into the highs here. So nice long green bar. We'll see if that sets up again or if it's going to keep grinding up in here. You got an inside 30. Here you had your inside 30. Still going. You got MU coming to the highs. What's going on here? MU. Okay. MU. And you see this is good. It's like a continuation kicker. And what that means is they gapped it up, brought it in. So anybody got long yesterday was kind of screwed. At least they thought they were. And anybody who was short, they could stay short. But once you come taking these guys out, boom, back off she goes. MU coming up here. We're going to see if we can take out that month. If we go to the downside, like I said early on, the pandemic names like Win here, staying down, now trying to go inside and down off the 30, taking out last week's lows, taking out last month's lows. LVS with that now trying to go inside and down on the 30. They were hitting the airlines. United having some issues, taking out last week's lows, 2 up, 2 down, and you can just go across the board there, your Deltas and Americans and all that kind of stuff. Delta trying to fight back now inside on the 30. If we go to like the hotels, letter H, and letter H having some issues here. We knew about that yesterday from the inside day to the downside. went after and took out the last week's lows. We'll see if it's weak enough to come down and take out the month. If we go down to EXPE, having some issues here too, and that tells us maybe TripAdvisor. So we're getting a little worried about the re-pandemic, if you will, but we'll see how that goes. We've also knew about these here, MA here, the outside week, the poke up, the 322, and these two become an outside bar of that. And if that works, we're looking to see if we can stay down here and take out the month. Now you can see right now you hit short-term exhaustion risk, so it's recovering just a bit, but we got plenty of month left to see if we can go down and re-break that and set up again. And that tells us also Visa, which is the RevStrat itself, the one inside week, poke up, boom, these two become an outside bar of all that, and seeing if we can go after that month. Now recovering a little bit here with the market staying firm. If we go to TTWO, and TTWO getting hit here, and you can see that. Always getting my attention when you take out last month's lows. Poked down a little bit on that 60, but now you can see this 3 hours are kind of sideways, but that tells us to keep an eye on like ATVI here and EA. And it's just recovering a bit with the market. We had some follow through in Fiserv, we're looking at yesterday. And now coming back up a little more. You can see this, the outside bar, and then the 3-2 down. Took all these guys out, and that's where it hit exhaustion. Then you had a 2-2 reversal on the 60 back up. But what this means when you look for the outside bar, and when you get out of that, you want to stay out. But this buying was rejected immediately by taking out the previous high, and then boom, that rejection continued this morning, now starting to firm up. If we go to Coherent, COHR, and anything taken out last month's lows and last week's lows always gets my attention here, and you can see this 4-day consolidation. And then boom, today they just wrecked it, now trying to firm up with the rest of the market as the market's still firming up on this new 60. If you go to IPGP, and just gapping down and now just kind of sitting here, but we'll see if that inside 60 can break and get this thing going a little bit better. Outside month already, outside week, so we'll see. If we go to EJH, and EJH getting wrecked. We knew about this one yesterday, and then tried to bring it back, and look at this, boom, back to the seller. So inside in the 60 right now. We'll see what this new issue. It looks like they're not too happy about it, but we'll see. If we go to TWLO, and TWLO now inside on the 60, and just like those other 312s, the outside, this is on the weekly. Outside, inside, and down. Looking to take these guys out at least, and then if you do that, hopefully you can take this month out to the downside here. Right now, market just kind of meandering right in the middle of the range. But still holding. If you go to NEWT, Newt, and Newt, all sorts of trouble here, and skirting towards the lows, taking that inside month to the downside, coming back through a previous range that we like. We'll see if that sets up and gives us maybe an inside 60. We go to LDOS. And that also 2-2 reversal on the 60, trying to come back, but bright red on the day if they want to see if we can roll that baby back down later this afternoon. If we go to Spotify, and Spotify just taking out yesterday's lows, still inside week, but getting closer to taking that out. And if it does, you can go take out that monthly low. So Spotify right now just kind of walking down. FIS. And FIS now recovering a little bit, but you can see here yesterday's rejection, slight higher high, and then bam, bam, right? So now just correcting a little bit. We'll see if that sets up again. We got Wynn Resorts trying to go to the lows right now. Pandemic trying to back off. Watch that inside 60. So we got a couple of themes. Just not sure how much we're going to get out of these futures until we break out of the recent range. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black.